All right, so BYU has assembled one of the most magnetic brands in college football. And in this video, I'm going to unpack exactly how they've managed to do that. BYU has mastered their marketing and fan engagement strategy, and you notice that immediately when you walk through the gates at Lavelle Edwards Stadium. On night games, BYU has the light show going. You got them lights flashing white and blue, and that gets fans pumped. They've got the drone show. BYU has done the drone show several times this year, the latest this past Friday night against Oklahoma State, and it is a hit among fans. It's just very aesthetically pleasing for fans to see drones forming the words BYU and the outline of BYU's logo. It's fantastic. It gets them engaged, it gets them excited, and it just enhances that fan experience. Lavelle Edwards Stadium also has an excellent music selection, and that can bolster energy wherever you're at. Great music can make any atmosphere better. And BYU also has amazing activations that get fans engaged. So, praise to BYU's marketing and fan engagement team. Each and every single university like BYU has a team like this that's responsible for curating the most optimal game experience for the fan. And BYU's marketing department, their athletics marketing department, has knocked this game experience out of the park. So caps off to them. BYU also has one of the coolest mascots in all of intercollegiate athletics, Cosmo the Cougar. We're talking a mascot that's jumped through flaming hoops, scaled stacks of tables. He dances. Cosmo is known to bust a move during football and basketball games, and that always gets the fans excited. He knows how to get that crowd juiced. Cosmo the Cougar has even parachuted into Lavelle Edwards Stadium. Tell me you wouldn't get psyched if you were a BYU student at that game. I mean, that is awesome. Does your mascot do that? I don't think so. Cosmo the Cougar, absolute G. I aspire to have the same aura that Cosmo the Cougar has. And that is yet another element of BYU football games that gets fans engaged, gets them excited. BYU also has the Cougar Tail. You may ask, what is the Cougar Tail? Well, what it is an extremely long maple flavored donuts, and they're only sold at BYU athletic venues. You can order them for yourself individually. You can order to share. Sometimes these Cougar Tails are even passed among the crowd, which is wild, but only in Provo, Utah can you see something like that at Lavelle Edwards Stadium. It's truly awesome, great fan culture that they have there. It's become a culinary staple, the Cougar Tail. There's people out there who go to BYU football and basketball games just for the Cougar Tail. I'm a huge fan of maple flavored anything, being from northern New York. So I want to go to Lavelle Edwards Stadium to a BYU football game at some point just so I can have a Cougar Tail. Because I've seen pictures of it, I've seen reviews of them, countless of them, and I want to have one for myself. But that is a huge draw for fans to come to BYU games just so they can get their hands on one of those Cougar Tails. BYU also has refreshing looking uniforms. That shade of blue, that royal blue they've broken out several years. I mean, BYU historically has been a navy blue team, but the royal blue uniforms that they've had these past several years, the royal blue threads that they've had, they're amazing. And that too can have a positive psychological effect on fans when they're watching the game. Partially when you mix that with the flashing white and royal blue lights, it's those colors are just they're very aesthetically pleasing and it draws fans in. On top of that, when it comes to sales and marketing and sports, it's always a huge help when your team wins. BYU, of course, this year, they're 7-0. They haven't lost a game yet, which is fantastic. You trace back these past several years. 2022, BYU was 8-5. 2021, they were 10-3. 2020, they were 11-1. So this is a team that wins. And when you win, you're going to drive up your attendance and you're going to drive up your engagement as well because fans get excited about watching a winning team. So it's a mixture of marketing and fan engagement strategy, and then BYU being able to get done on the fields. They've built an amazing brand for themselves. And what's most amazing about this whole thing is that BYU is a dry campus. So you can't even have a drip of alcohol on BYU's campus. It is non-negotiable. A lot of these other schools, you've got these fans going to these games and they're plastered. They're drunk out of their minds. So obviously you're going to be more rowdy and loud. These BYU fans, they are stone cold sober going into this game. And they bring the energy. They bring the juice. I mean, there's sometimes when you're watching a game and you can just feel a stadium, an atmosphere, the energy just pop off the TV right in your own living room. I get that feeling when I watch BYU games at LaVell Edwards Stadium. Here's a couple stats for you here. LaVell Edwards Stadium has a capacity of 62,073 people. LaVell Edwards Stadium has reached over 120 decibels before. And about, I'd say, every game, you can expect a spike in the hundreds, whether it's 100, 110 decibels. That's insane for just that amount of people in the stadium. So if you want to look at how to build a magnetic, recognizable brand, look no further than the BYU Cougars in Provo, Utah, because they have mastered the art of it through their marketing and fan engagement strategy, to the fact that their team simply wins, to Cosmo the Cougar and the Cougar Tail. BYU has built an amazing brand for itself, and it's very admirable for fans like me to watch. Have a great day. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you and the time that you took out of your day to watch the video, and if you enjoyed it, please be sure to like the video and share it, as well as subscribe to The Era. The more likes and subscribers I get on this channel, the more resources I can attain, and the more resources I can attain, the more value I can provide to you, the viewer. And that is how I show my appreciation for you for the time that you devote to watching my videos. So thank you so much, and have a great day.